Hi everyone, I'm going to do a short overview of how to find and log in to Savvas, which is also what we use for Envision's math, and also how to find your assignments. When you go to your digital board for math, it's usually going to be on slide 4 of your schedule. And you're going to see that sometimes there will be a symbol for Savvas. And you want to make sure that you first read what assignment in particular you are doing. For instance, the first assignment that this student is doing is on Savvas. It's lesson 1-1, and they're going to do 3 examples with me as a lesson. Then they're going to do a lesson quiz on their own. When you click the link, it'll usually show something like this, where it'll say that you're going to be redirected, but you can hit Take Me There Now. Your screen will definitely look a little different because you're going to be logging in as yourself. But as you can see, there are 2 students here, and it's going to show you again that this is the assignment that you are working on. Now, for instance, I'm going to click on the one that it goes along with, and usually it's going to show up like this. You're going to see the assignments, and you're going to be able to work through each one. When you click on it, it's going to look a little bit different. So yours will show a list, but right now, as you can see, there are 3 examples that will be done with me in a lesson, and then here's the lesson quiz. So I'm going to show you what it would look like if you were actually opening it. So you would be going through these 3 lessons with me. They're examples of each one. They're visual videos. And then you would start your lesson quiz copy on your own, just to show you a little bit of what some of these videos look like. You'll actually see that for whatever reason, it's backwards, but it's okay. We'll make it work. But these are some of the videos that you would watch. And then as we go through the videos together, it asks some questions and you
Select your answer.
Answer questions. But these will be done together with me and your small group. Once you are done this lesson, then you would be going to this lesson quiz. It's usually only a few questions, and it does also have audio so that you can have the questions and directions read to you. And as you can see for this one, it's only 3 questions. This is really just a way for you to show me what you know after we've done the lesson together. You can also review your progress and see which questions you have and haven't answered. Once you finish, you'll also see the screen, and then when you have all of them answered, you can then hit submit. Remember that this is not an actual test. It's more of a quick check to see how much you have remembered and learned with me, and if there's anything I need to review with you. So make sure that when you are using your digital board that you actually click the specific link that it goes to, because it's actually going to open up that assignment for you. Same here. If you click this one, it's going to open up to something different. This one will open up to the actual practice that you're going to be doing the next day. So again, I'll show you what it might look like when it pops up for you. You'll have this practice and problem solving. And again, it's going to look very similar to the other one that you did with the lesson quiz. With this one, though, you have a little different of a screen. So you're going to see first that this one usually will have you put in numbers for your answers, but you'll have some question help. I recommend you view an example. If you do help me solve this, it will actually tell you then that you didn't get your answer completely correct. It'll take some points off. So I recommend you first start with view an example. When you view the example, it actually does a question just like this one, but with different numbers. And it actually goes through each step with you. Therefore, I highly recommend you do the steps together with this on paper and pencil, and that you solve it together using the numbers from the problem. So I would use these numbers as I go through it. And you go through each step until you've done all parts of the problem. But if that still doesn't make any sense to you, there are some other options as well. You can also go to video, and the video will show you another example of how to solve this. And you can scroll down, watch the video. It also tells you to do the math with paper and pencil so that you're comfortable with adding the decimals and being able to line it up. It also goes over keywords for you, and it does have some step-by-step information here too. Another example of question help is an animation. And with the animation, it's very similar to the visual learning that you did in the lesson. And then it gives you another example of how to solve it. Finally, there are also the glossary, and the glossary will give you definitions of words. So maybe you are looking for decimal and what decimal is. You would go up here and you would hit decimal, and then you would be able to find different definitions related to decimal. And then you also have math tools. There's lots of tools here as well. I would say for things like place value, you could use things like number charts and things like that to help you line up, or you could do your place value blocks and hit addition. And it'll open up a completely separate page. And then you could use place value blocks for the ones place, the tens place, or the hundredths place to help you. So if I were going to be adding decimals, I could put the different numbers here, and I could use the place value blocks using the rods and things like that down here. So I could actually click and show the decimals, those ones, and then I could also use the rods, and you can see that it's actually creating the numbers as you go along. So these are some great tools for you to use as you go through the problems that you're working on. Again, you can also hit review progress, and it'll show if you didn't answer a question, but this will also show up when you finally finish. So you want to make sure that all questions are answered. If you want to go back and check one, you can hit view question and it'll go right back to the beginning. Remember, though, you do want to make sure that you check your progress, and that you need to make sure that all the questions are answered before you submit. And then you'll hit submit my work. It usually will grade it for you, but sometimes I have to go back and check the answers too for grading. I hope that this helps. And as I said, it's really important that you come to the lessons with me, because I usually will give you lots of directions as well and assistance on how to use the website.